The first question would be, why did you first started in the cannabis industry?
So in 2013, when Uruguay had the first law passed legalizing cannabis of a federally legal country, was something very unique in the world for the moment. We had with other co-founders, we had this idea of getting into the industry. We understood that to be in the first mover as a country itself created a big opportunity. In that moment, there was a big hype also all around the world, around the cannabis industry. So most of us getting very early in the days were not really conscious of the challenges, but also just seeing the big opportunities. Mix very well the, let's say, agricultural side of the production as a first step.
Yeah.
Being compliant with all the needed certifications, plus mixing the pharmaceutical side. So the company itself is a pharmaceutical company, but has these two very unique and in the past different industry-based origins. That is a pharmaceutical industry mixed with an agricultural side.
And what were the disadvantages and advantages of being sitting in this opportunity in the first country in the world to federally approve the use of cannabis?
Yeah. So it's that should be a very long story to start, because this is already near 10 years that we have been working and being, let's say, point of an arrow, working with regulators together into how to move the product, how to be able to go through all the regulatory things.
And also not only your country, but also exporting to other jurisdictions that you have to be engaged with.
So that was also what I was gonna say is starting Uruguay had a federally legal law passed, and let's say quote unquote you had a regulation in place that let you how to work and be able to have the product ready to be exported. Then you had to mix with all the compliant with the regulations around the world for narcotics to be able to ship from place A to B. So that was a very nice challenge in the moment where every day seemed to be death and life, with all the big differences into really getting together with I think that the secret there was the government being flexible enough to hear the companies what was needed, understand that there was this new industry that needed special feelings to be surrounded with a little bit more flexibility and space of mind into understanding which next short goal needed to be achieved. Opportunity for being the first new mover as the country itself was that Uruguay, to enter into this new industry, was put on a spotlight. So we created a lot of noise. The industry itself got a lot of hype, as I said before, but itself Uruguay was in the center of the world for that industry, right? So we were able to accomplish very high standards with a lot of investment, with really sophisticated investors for that moment.
And what about your beginning with Cannamedical, working with Cannamedical at the very beginning? How was it?
We met David, Justus, and Burak in our offices. I think that from the beginning we felt that there was a possibility to work together from a commercial side. I think that from a personal side, we also felt an empathic situation from the beginning that, we were going to be able to go over some challenges together. I think that they're, the idea and the first, I will always remember, David had this, it was as a lot of months previous, the 1st of April of 2024, no? So let's say when the market changed in Germany, this was a year before, so let's say more or less 1st of April 2023, we had in the office the visit of Cannamedical. They were, telling us that the market was going to change significantly because of a rescheduling in Germany. Of course, the details were not set and written yet, and there was a lot of uncertainty if it was going to happen or not, but with high level of confidence, David pitched that this was going to come, this change, right? So we continued working from there forward. They sent us an audit pretty quick. We were able to do the first shipment, I think 6 months after they came to this visit. And from there forward, I think that the relationship has been always been very transparent. As you know, in this industry, you always, as in all industries, but in this industry, you have many times different challenges and difficulties that you need to navigate together.
And trust the other.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we understood, I think both of us understood and found that we were a good partner or counterpart, right? From our side, we understood always trying to be as diligent as possible and putting resources into, if there was a problem, trying to attend it, trying to find really what was the origin of the problem. And in their side also, I think that they appreciated that, but also we were able to travel to see, they showed us. So there was always a very open conversation, and I think that at the end of the day, we were able last year to ship around 1 ton of product. We are right now looking into new agreements with the new production. I mean, the future is very encouraging looking forward.
Good. And going back to one of the points you were mentioning in the last part of your comment, what do you look for in a production now with the strains that you're sending for Cannamedical?
Right. So let me go back a couple of years ago when we started in the industry. And as everything is related here from the questions you did, one of the big, I think, differentiation points that Fotmer had from the beginning was having very good strains and being able to adapt pretty quick and efficient way the strains we had to our production cycle, right? That being said, we understood that the quality, meaning even the sizes and the potency, was correct in the greenhouses. Now we understand, and as discussed, that you need very specified products to be able to increase the gain, right? To increase the value, to be able to differentiate in a market where there are a lot of different suppliers with I don't know how many names. So we understood that getting indoor facility with a very high quality product, we were able to now have let's say a Fotmer 2.0 production where we are looking to very big buds, very nice buds into different colors,
and the aspect for the consumer is very important.
A very high potency in THC over 25-30%. So that's what the patients right now are looking for. We are able now to accomplish that, and we are looking now to continue developing different strains that go in that area. Cannamedical is growing in Germany, a market that's growing very high and very fast. We are very happy to continue working together. I think that they have been receptive to our change in the production cycle. We are, renewing an audit this year from them and trying to look for a mid and long-term agreement together. We think that we are the right partners for them, and the other way around. We hope that they think the same from us. So at the end of the day, we are very excited of what has to come together with Cannamedical and Fold.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.